Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical. Back here with the Land Cruiser adventure vehicle build, Overland Expedition build that we're doing. We've got her stripped down to the bare essentials, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the accessories and wiring and electronics and extending the chassis, because that's kind of the stuff that you can see here. So we're going to focus a little bit on that, and I'm going to take you just step by step through this build. So really right now we're just gonna take full advantage of this opportunity to see what we've got going on here. And this right here is the chassis extension, and we're still working on it a little bit. It's in very rough stages, but it's a basic chassis extension, which what it will do is it will allow us to extend the bed to basically it won't be a full-size long bed, but it's going to be about a 6-foot bed, and then from there will be storage containers on the bottom with boxes, and then on top of the storage containers there will still be a usable bed if we need to carry stuff, put a tent instead of a rooftop tent. There will be a tent in here stored, and you can just fold out a tent on the flatbed. It'll basically be a flatbed with storage underneath the flatbed. So this is just heavy duty chassis extension. We've used basically C-channel, which is kind of what you would use as a chassis extension. We're working on making it trailer hitch friendly, of course, and one of the more important things is raising everything up, okay, making sure that really nothing is below this level, so you have that departure angle. So when your vehicle is entering off-road into a hole and then it wants to leave back out, that rear end doesn't slam on something, and then if it does, that it's very solid and smooth so you can drag it out of the hole. Really heavy duty metal, and that's kind of what we're working on. We've got the lights put here just for in the meantime if I need to use the vehicle while we're working on it. And I've got the Viair compressor system here. Shout out to Viair for the sponsorship. Thanks, guys. Method race wheels as well, high lift jacks. They've all decided to work with us on this build, so I do appreciate the help from all you guys. You can see we've got the compressor. We're still running the cables. I'm going to do a video on electrical and show you guys some little tips and tricks. This is kind of just this is not how we're going to leave the cables. We're just in the process of running them, making sure everything works correctly, and then we're going to go in and actually really do a permanent correct job of the wiring. So that's the compressor. Moving forward, we will have a winch here. So talking about accessories, there will be a rear winch. I'm actually doing some modifications to the winch. I'm updating the solenoid on the winch. It's an older worn winch. It's a worn winch, but I don't like the old worn solenoid, so I'm gonna put a different solenoid on there that is a sealed solenoid, and I feel like is gonna work a little bit better. Moving forward from there, we have air ran through this side over here, and some electrical, and then some more ran through over here. Again, gonna go ahead and redo all of this silicone that we've got here and everything. That was just some silicone we threw on there to seal it and kind of do the little deal there. Let's take a look inside, and I'll show you a center console that we're building to house the audio system. Okay, so what we've got going on here, guys, is a speaker box, like I said, center console. We are going to create it so that there's a storage space in the top. There will be a lid. Okay, we'll pad it, and then we'll put the fabric of our choice of whatever matches the inside of the car out all over the outside. Make the mounts on the bottom and completely have it mounted and all that. So this is kind of the raw form. I want to show you guys what you can do and talk a little bit about it. This is a 6.5, and there's also a room for a 6.5 on the back as well. I'd like to have these sealed, so I'm gonna, not completely sealed, but sealed from the compartment where I'm gonna have my storage space. So I'm gonna have a storage space in here, but then I'm gonna have my speakers in here so that whatever I have loose or rattling around off-road or anything like that in the storage space isn't gonna put in jeopardy the speakers or contacting the speakers or banging into the speakers. We've got our rocker panel here in this area, and that's going to just be a switch panel with chargers and a little more accessories. One of the things about a Land Cruiser is it is one of the most reliable vehicles, if not the most reliable vehicle from factory. but it doesn't really come with much of a stereo system. It almost doesn't have a stereo system. It's got like some tin can speakers and just a really, that's about it. Doesn't have any bass, doesn't have anything, you can barely hear the music. So we're gonna add in a full system. This is the center console part. The bottom here will be a down-firing subwoofer. I have gone ahead and completely sealed this box for the subwoofer. So this is gonna be sealed, it's gonna be down-firing, and it's gonna add the little bit of bass that we need there to have just a complete system. I'm gonna most likely run 2 amps, and I will show you here real quickly where I'm gonna put the amps and how I recommend doing that. And then again in the future we'll continue having more videos step by step on how this morphs. If you think you know what color that I'm gonna use for this, or what type of material that I'm gonna do, comment below and let me know. But right now, let's take a look at where the amps are and where the new amps are gonna be. So this is the position of the center console. It's really roughed in right now. It is waterproof marine plywood, and we've sealed the joints with Sikaflex. We're gonna continue on from there and finish it, but I wanted to show you guys the position here. So we've got our switch rocker panel. It's gonna have voltage meter, chargers, all that kind of stuff over here. It's got completely free for everything in the car to normally work. It's got a 6.5 speaker in the front, 6.5 speaker in the back, and then a 10-inch subwoofer in the bottom. But this is the position of the box, of where it's going to be positioned. Now let me show you the box itself and talk a little bit more about the box, and then building an audio box or a center console or something for inside of your vehicle. Here is what I'm calling a soundboard, amp board, something like that. I've attached this, you guys have seen in other videos, with Sikaflex, because I didn't want to put nails or screws into the bed or into the cab, excuse me, of my truck. And this is marine plywood, and it's indoor outdoor marine carpet. Okay, so from there we're going to have all of our accessories. We've got already an amp here, we've got a 1500 watt charger, we've got a marine grade fuse panel, everything's waterproof. We've got the rock lights at the far end there. But what we're going to end up doing is, I've got 1 amp here, I'm going to put another amp on here. I got to see where I put the other amp. I might put another amp here. I've got the power distribution block here. Basically it's a fused power distribution block, okay, marine grade, like I said. And I'm going to put next to it a ground distribution block. So what I'm going to end up doing is running an even heavier grade cable right here up to the power distribution block, and then running all of the power off of that, and then another really heavy, probably 0 gauge cable right here to a ground distribution block, and then run everything from there. So some things we'll talk about in closing that are important are, there's the air compressor over there, there's the gauge panel for that as well, so make sure you guys check that out. But some things that are important in a vehicle are the air compressor that you guys saw in the back. That's pretty much the complete air compressor system. The actual compressor motor is in the front. The air intake is in the cab. So that's a complete awesome system there. The air compressor motor is hidden under the trunk. Check out the first video if you want to see the placement of that. We talked about stuff that's under the hood. We will do more in the future as we change the stuff that's under the hood. The respirator, the breather, is inside the cab, like I said, so it's not going to get filled with water or dirty air. And then some more important things are having a charger, DC-AC converter like we've got in here, a charger, amplifiers, because we don't have a very big stereo system, but we are going to run another amplifier. And you saw 3 speakers that we're going to be putting in. We're probably going to put in at least 4 more speakers after that. And from there, it's really just important to have everything neat and organized. Like I said, we'll go over another video of wiring, how to wire, some important tips and tricks. Right now, we've just kind of got stuff placed kind of where it's going to go, and then I'm going to go through and just absolutely check and make sure everything, put, you know, heat shrink where there's no heat shrink, label everything, or have it color coordinated, and make sure that everything is properly connected with tubes on the wires, wire protectors, all that kind of stuff. So we will definitely go ahead and go through and do all that. I'm going to close out the video here with this, guys. Make sure that you are staying tuned with this build, and let me know what you want to see more of. This is the stripped down truck. This is the basics. We're just starting this build. So if there's part of the build that you're seeing that we're already working on something, and you didn't get to hear about it, or you wanted to see it in more detail, please comment below and let me know, because I'll do a further in-depth video on that. I'm trying to do these videos bi-weekly, for example, at least once a month. But if you guys love these videos, I'll do them once a week because we're working on the truck right now as much as we can with other work, and definitely we have a little bit of improvements. You guys can see that we've already stripped down and improved a lot more since the last video, and the last video was just a week ago. So we're going to be really trying to get a lot of this stuff going for you, but I need your help in staying involved and letting me know your thoughts and comments, and let's start a conversation in the comment section below, because that's going to help me be able to continue to keep making these videos. Thanks for watching. Bone out.